Right, guys and girls, welcome back to another video of mine on my YouTube channel. So I've been using my camera lately, my Sony Alpha 6300, the new camera I've just bought recently. Today's the 16th of December 2018 at the time of this video. It is 7:34 right now. Just recording some of this footage here of this photo. Now this was taken in Weston-super-Mare in town, in the main town centre, and as you can see we've got sort of like where is it? Can I click this one here? No, actually, is that the, no, it's this one. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, this one here of Weston. It's the town bit. Now I've got this on here so I can move this around. This photo's really big. It's actually 24.2 megapixels for the camera sensor. I think there's like sort of two sensors in it, which makes the image completely sort of clean. Now I've had to downscale this to about 5 megapixels or 5 megabits. I mean, not megabits. Yeah, megabytes for this file size, so not megapixels. Technically it's still sort of 4K. Just had to downscale it, so it's still going to look clean once I'm recording, because I'm using OBS at the moment. 21.1.0 64-bit Windows. I think this is up to date so far, or up to scratch for the latest one, because I checked for updates and there's no updates there. But as we can see, let's see if we can move this around a second. See if I can blow this up a bit. Alright. As you can see, some of the details here is pretty cool. You can see that O2 there. You can see what colour it is. Sort of blue with the white with the 2 there. You can even see the lights looking really good. The street lights with the actual colouring on it. That's awesome. As you can see the Christmas lights there. Let's see if I can blow up a bit more. This was done at night time. You can see where it started to go dark there and stuff, so I've got some nice decent colour. And I think I did this in HDR, so it might work in HDR, it might not. I don't think OBS is HDR though. Let's just blow this up a bit more so we can have a look. I don't want to go too far, but you can go quite far with it, assuming it's loads of pixels. But yeah, you can start seeing where it's going sort of out of focus when you get too far. But yeah, when you shorten it down, you shrink it down, the pixels come back, so it's still good. Now, there's a lot, you can see a sign there where it says Vodafone on that little red thing there. Actually, if I can go forward a bit more, see how far I can go without pixelating. I don't want to pixelate the thing, so let's lift this up a little bit, see how far we can go with this without it. Here we go. Right, so there's a dustbin there, there's a little chair there, and then there's the dustbin in the middle, but at the back you can see a little red sort of billboard there with a black sort of background on the actual main metal bit, and then it says Vodafone on it. That looks quite cool. And you can see like the sort of the faces in the background. You can see some of it's blurring out at the background as well. That's sort of the bokeh kicking in. Now I believe I was using 35mm lens. It's the Meek or Mike 1.7. It's the MK one. So it's MK Mike MEIKE digital. It's not a digital camera. Well, actually, the camera's digital because it's a mirrorless one. But the lens I got really cheap. I think it was like 90 quid or 80 quid. No, it's about £80 for the 35mm. And that one is f1.7. And then I also bought a 50mm, which I'll be doing some photos at some point. But a lot of this as well. This one in particular was done with the 35 millimeter one, but it's a 1.7 focal, so the focus is good on it, but it's getting it accurate, and especially at night time it's a little bit trickier. But what I've done in this one, so let me just go back in there. I like the street lights, I like the actual colour it comes out, the gradient colour on it. I mean, you can see the stars there, you can see the lights popping out, you can see a little bit of where the light is sort of slowly blurring out a little bit. It kind of gives that nice sort of background feeling. And then when I, let's have a look. So if I can, I am recording this in 4K, by the way, so I'm hoping, because I'm not doing videos, I'm hoping it's not going to like make the file too big but still make it 4K. I've put it on a medium settings. Let's have a look. Actually, I need to go here. Here we go. So what we're going to do is click over this, because I've got a couple. I've got a couple of photos I wanted to put on. Now this is the sort of size file. So if I just put it there, and you've got the black background there, slightly out there. You can see it's much sharper, very sharp there on the colouring on it. The colour gradient looks nice. It looks actually natural. You can see the street lights. I've actually made a little sort of tint around the lights a little bit as well, using the MacBook Air. There's like a free software where you can view images of raw photos, and then you can, with the raw, I like using raw photos rather than just the MPEG. So what I've done, I've changed it from raw to an MPEG after editing it. So I've edited it in this. This is my edited version. Because sometimes editing the actual photo looks a hell of a lot better afterwards. But you do you do lose a lot of megabytes. I think the megabytes for raw is like about 20 to 40 megabits or megabytes a second. Well, not a second, but megabytes itself. Just the normal file size is about 40 meg. Looks good though. You can see Vodafone. You can see Tony and Guy. That's the hairdressers to the right side. You can also see the Carphone warehouse. They've even got a shoe zone. We've got WH Smith's. I always go to that building, that WHS, right there, that little blue thing to the right side of where the shoe zone is. Well, I always go there to get my magazines. That's in Weston-super-Mare. There's Pound Shop down the bottom. You can see Poundland down the bottom. And right next to it, I think there's a next door to it, you've got that new shop has just opened up. They're going to be a bit of a competition for Pound Shop at the moment, so it's pretty cool. Then we've got to the left side, you see a little green sort of tinted blue. It says M&S. Well, that's Marks and Spencer's over there. They're quite expensive, but the actual gear stuff they sell there is absolutely brilliant. I mean, we've got a fair few shops down here, but a lot of the shops are starting to close now. And yeah, it's a bit strange. Then we've got a Santander down the bottom there as well, and a couple other ones. We've got Lloyd's Bank down there. Going this way towards where I'm facing the camera, if you go straight down to the bottom, we've actually got Lloyd's Bank down there as well. But we've also got the pharmaceutical place there as well. Next door there's that little green sort of badge on the bottom. There's like a little white sort of board with a little green sort of cross on it. Well, that I think is, I don't know, what was that one? That's the, yeah, pharmacist. Well, they sell all kinds of stuff in there, all band-aids and all that. I haven't been in there for a while. And they don't do vegan stuff in there for medicine and all that shit, so I don't really go there that much. There's a few other shops down as you're going straight down, but they've got not MT Games, actually. MT Games is behind us on the picture. What else we got down here? We've got cash generators down the bottom as well. If you carry on straight down here, you've got cash generators. I'm just doing a sort of like talk on this picture just to show you the detail in it as well. All the detail is really good. I like, as you can see up here, right, where this little light is, the street light. Right, and you can see the street light just here. Now I've tinted it a slight sort of nice colour. the exposure on it, you can see the extra sort of light coming off the light there, just around the rim of the lights. That kind of gives that a nice sort of warm feeling where it's quite warm. So yeah, it's not too bad. And then I just like the actual lights on it. But as you can see, there's a M&S just here, right in the middle of the screen here. Well, that's Marks and Spencer's. Then we've got Vodafone, Marlborough Phone Shop. I think Vodafone's pretty much in a lot of countries now. Then we also got EE down the bottom as well, another Marlborough Phone Shop. And actually, that WH Smith's, that's the one where I was just saying. That's where I get all my figurines from, my Assassin's Creed, my car collections as well. And my Marvel figurines, some of them at least, from the original series of Marvel figurines. And then you've got the Shoe Zone there. That's the sort of like, I would say, a cheap shop where you can get some shoes. They do like where you can get 2 pairs of shoes, I think, for like 20 quid or something like that. We do get a lot of homeless people down here at the moment. The government don't want to do anything about it either. They don't want to help the people. But you see them all hanging around these shops here, just lying on the floor and all that. So yeah, let's go on to the next picture, because I've got quite a few pictures. I want to try and get through this video as quick as possible. So let me just close this one off. Actually, if I go to this next one, this is of my mum when we were in Sainsbury's the other day. As you can see, the top of her head's cut off a little bit. Hang on, let's have a look. Can I, there we go. That's my mum. As you can see, I blurred out the background a little bit. This is that bokeh look. So it just puts my mum as the main subject of the actual picture here. Very good quality. Very good bokeh as well. It's very strong. It's got a strong bokeh, so it's kind of blurs it out quite well. You can actually change it. It's the same lens I think I was using as well. I was using the 35mm again, because I didn't want to go to 50mm due to the fact that it was too close, and I don't want to get in too close when I'm sitting like about 2 foot away from her. So yeah, this kind of gives it that nice background feeling. You can change it. It's a manual focus, and the aperture is sort of like manual as well, so you can close the lens and make it darker and all that, and lighter and all that. I actually had this on roughly, I think, 400 or 200 ISO, and I think I had the actual aperture wide open as well, so let a lot in. I think it was at 1.7 when I was doing this, f1.7, and there's quite a bit of light in. Focus is absolutely spot on as well, very spot on. I think it's alright. I think it's good. Gave that good sort of a nice look. And not really much else to say really. If you guys and girls enjoy these photos, you want me to take some more, let us know in the comments below as well. I've got another one as well, because I'm stargazing at the moment, doing some stargazing. So let's close this one off a second, and the screen should be blank for a second. Let's go to my stargazing number 1. Right, here we go. Here's another photo I took, guys and girls, of the stars. Now this was a bit blurry. I'm trying to improve a little bit on my video editing, or actually photo editing software. I'm using just free stuff at the moment, because I want to try and do it with free stuff. The one I was using was, what's it called? It was some free software I got off my MacBook Air. I think something like Solar or something, or Volora or something. It's a kind of weird name to it. But yeah, the picture's good. Done this one on my camera. I think this one was done with my 16 to 50mm. That's the kit lens that came with the Sony 6300. In a way, I'm still improving. I'm doing a lot of it myself. And the reason why I'm doing it is because I want to... Oh, hang on. Let me go back up there a second, because that's going off a second. There we go. I think I can't go up any further. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, we go. Right, so here is Orion's belt. So there's his belt. And if you go, I suppose if you go upwards, you'll pretty much see Orion, but this is his main sort of belly area, where his belly is, with the 3 bright stars there. I could have improved on it a little bit. You will see, though, when I do go forward, right, Orion's belt is his main belt we wears in the stars and all that. Let's have a look, see if we can go. Oh, and I'm going to put the wrong one on. Oh. Right, hang on. Can I move? Ah, right, that's the one. I'm just moving around because this OBS, it's good, but it is a bit of a bugger sometimes. Right, there we go. That's the 3 there, big massive stars, the white ones there, and they're sort of like on a tilted on the side there. But that's his belt, and as you can see, looks good, looks fantastic. Most stars are actually blue anyway, so it's not really any. I mean, if you see Mars, you can see Mars, and you can see it's actually red. But with this one, because this is his belt, they're white, so he's got like a sort of a white belt, and then there's loads of stars surrounding it, blue stars and all that. So yeah, looks pretty cool though. I do like it, but I need to still improve on my accuracy with the camera. And actually, there's another star here. I don't know if that's his feet or not, but there's one here with 4 stars in a row, look, and they're going down pretty much like on a slant a little bit. Right, so let's quickly go to the next one. I'll just quickly pause this one a sec, and here we go. Now, I took this one this morning at, I think it was like 7 o'clock in the morning. It was still pitch black almost. The street lights were a little bit on, so but then it's like because they turned the lights off at 12 o'clock at night, which is a shame, but what can you do? Alright, so this picture here is the one I've been taking, and it's very good. I like this one, and it's took me a little bit to sort of. Right, now I can move this. Now, it's took me a while, but I think this is a satellite. I could be wrong, but it's really bright this morning. And when you've got a star as bright as this, you're wondering whether it's not actually a star at all. Now, this is in the southwest of England. Or near enough. It was up above to the, well, facing towards southwest. It was slightly turned to the left. So that might be slightly to southeast, I would say. I'm not too sure, but I think this could be a satellite. As you can see, there's 2 actual lights. Now, I'll show you on here. As you can see there, they look pretty much, those 2 lines there, look like they're quite long. It looks really long. Now, this is at 50mm. This is using my 16 to 50mm. I think it was at 3.5, no, 6 point, I think it was actually 5.6 on the, is it focal? No, the f-stops. Yeah, the f-stops are like 6.5 or something like that, or 6, or 5.6. I think it was 5.6. But yeah, I was using a slight little bit of ISO, but I think my ISO was around about 200 to 400. I didn't want to use too much because I want to try and get as much conceivable sort of light in there, but without, I want to use the light of the actual object rather than actually compensating for the ISO. But yeah, as you can see, there's a sort of a shadow. Now, I don't know if that's a shadow or if that's actually because both lines are exactly almost the same. I'll show you on the other one in a minute. But yeah, they look pretty much the same. 2 ones there, they're about same length and size, and that little bit in the middle may be where the actual sort of satellite is, in a sense. So yeah, let us know, guys and girls, if you're in Somerset, if you've seen it yourself, what it is, if you can actually tell us, or if you know exactly. It is quite I mean, for 50mm lens, getting that close to it and actually blowing it up to that point, that is amazing. But I've got some good detail. Let's have a look. don't know, there looks like something on the back, like there's something, well, where you got that main bright light there, it looks like there's something on the back that is holding it. I don't think it could be a plane, because this is way too high to be a plane, unless it's a flipping alien, but I doubt it. But as you can see, the light still continues through into where it gets a bit dark there and all that. But as you see, well, this is tilted on the side. That's tilted on the side as well. So this is pointing up, more like southeast of it, slightly to the east, not too much east, but it's slightly, just a little bit towards the left of the south area. Now, I believe if you're pointing in south or southwest, if you go slightly to, if I think it rightly, if you go to the left, that would make it east. So yeah, that looks quite cool. I do like it. It's going to be something like, at least I've took something which looks like, and it's not like anything like a street light. I've been taking this morning, I think it was like 7 o'clock at the morning. So, and don't forget, the street lights are on, but it was still pitch black due to it being winter and all that. Anyway, let's get to the next one. Exactly the same. So it'd be the same one. So if I go there. But this one I actually sort of shrunk down. So this is a shrunk down version. So this is how far 50mm is. What I've done with the other ones, I cropped it down. This one isn't cropped. This is roughly 24 megapixels. And I'm just starting to get into sort of astrophotography. So you'll have to sort of forgive me. I'm still getting into it. Exactly the same. As you can see as much more detail to it because I've kept it. Oh no, actually this is my cropped down version actually. Because this one's on a slight sort of, but like you can see there's more light to it. This is where basically you can see the more light. Because when you start going forward and you start shrinking it gets bigger, but you can see quite a bit of detail out of 24 megapixels. So I'm just showing you exactly the same where the light is coming through. That the light is going all the way down there. So that looks quite cool. Definitely cool. Anyway, let us know what you guys and girls think of it. I would like to hear from you guys and girls. Right, so let's go to the next image, which I took. Right, here we go. Nice little thing of some stars. Hang on. Okay, there we go. So this is the sort of the full lot. This is the 24 megapixels. I think this is in 4K, but 38, 40, 21, 60. Looks quite cool. I edited this myself. There's quite a few different coloured stars. They've got sort of purple, bluish colours, but they're kind of slightly, I think because it was like windy a lot, so the stars that kind of seemed out of a line from each other. But as you can see, different multicoloured ones there, a few purple, mostly they're blue anyway, so I think it's just where the actual, maybe the radiation of the area changed it different colours. Looks quite cool though, I like it. Because I was editing it as well with the colour, trying to do the saturations on it as well, and a sort of tinty colour. So I just gave it some sort of zest on it to make it nice, beautiful colour. But anyway, I'm going to finish this one off. This actually is done for this episode. If you enjoy it, do like, favourite, share, comment, subscribe. It is 2 minutes to 8 o'clock. So yeah, I'm going to be watching some TV for a bit and upload this at the same time. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. But anyway, cheers all for watching, guys and girls. Stay safe and have a good one. I'm using my Razer microphone, sort of professional broadcaster mic. So hopefully it's good. And I've been using the OBS 21.1.0 64-bit Windows 64-bit program, which actually OBS is actually free, but you do need a good decent sort of CPU to run it, especially if you're doing it in 4K like this is. But yeah, cheers for watching. Let us know what you think about all the photographs that I've been doing on here. And yeah, I'll be doing some more. I'll be uploading some more in the future. But what I really hate about my PC at the moment, because it's big and bulky, and I want to get a smaller case. But every time I put my GTX 1070 in there, in the actual case, where I put the power supply unit and stuff inside of a smaller case, it blocks the actual graphics card from going in. And also I need some good decent cooling in there as well. So I've just left it in my half X 4 tower case. So yeah, it's just a big bulky one. So I might get another laptop probably after Christmas so I can do 4K or maybe 8K videos for future proofing at some point, and probably get some decent program to work for it. But yeah, anyway guys and girls, cheers for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you on the flip side.